Hey everybody, welcome back to Nurse Love Addiction. Last time, whew, last time, well, this game's done it again. Lulled me into a false sense of security and then wham! Took it right out from underneath us. So, last time, we found the missing pages to Sakuya's mother's diary. We read them, had some flashbacks of the past and our past relationship with Sakuya, and then we had a showdown with Kyoko. She tried to burn Sakuya alive, and there was kind of a moment of resolution between Asuka and Sakuya, but again, that was clearly just to throw us off guard because then Sakuya passed out. But she sounded like she was in pain, so I don't think it was like something harmless. It seems like it might be kind of worse. So we'll figure it out, I guess. I'm scared though. I'm still scared. This game, man. This game, I love it, but God does it stress me out. Saki is carried to her room on another floor. I feel a sense of helplessness as I look at Sakuya's sleeping face. She reminds me almost of a doll. Even at times like this, I'm obsessed by Sakuya's beauty. I really am no good. When I talk to the nurses, they tell me it's because of the organs that were transplanted from her twin sister. Though these organs function normally for many years, they've recently started rapidly declining. She underwent countless examinations, but the cause couldn't be found. That's why even such a light injury caused her to stay for such a long time in the hospital. They also tell me that Sakuya insisted on keeping this a secret from the person who always came visiting her, from me. I call out to her as she sleeps, but there's no sign of her waking up. In fact, I probably shouldn't wake her up right now. I say so in a quiet voice to avoid waking her up, and leave the room for the hallway. I sit down on the sofa in the hallway and take a deep breath. I don't know what to think. I don't even know what to feel. My mind is just completely blank. I reach into my pocket and pick out the wrinkled, folded pages of the diary. I unfold the pages and stare at them. That's right, we still don't really know what Asuka read. We just know that it caused her to remember a little more about the past. I stare at what's written on the pages. It's so hard to understand and to accept. I catch myself checking again and again whether I've really read it correctly, but however many times I reread it, the content still remains the same. Itsuki, what are you doing here? Oh shit, you look pissed. Hearing Miss Itsuki's voice, I look up and see her running in this direction. Next to her is one of the servants of the Takeda family. Now is with them as well. I didn't contact her, so maybe Miss Itsuki did? I quickly cram the diary pages back into my pocket and stand up. Okay, I think Itsuki was just worried, not mad. At least not mad at us, hopefully. Miss Itsuki and the servant exchange glances before entering the room. Wait, why are we in our clothes? Weren't we in pajamas when we went to the hospital? I don't know. I need to stop questioning the clothing situation in this game. Clearly, I want it to be more consistent than it is. Because this is taking place right after what happened. Right after Sakuya passes out, I mean, correct? Or is this like the next day? On Nao's suggestion, we sit down on the sofa.
私は平気。聞いてもよかったら教えてくれないかな。
I think to myself how sweet it is of now to ask me in such a considerate way.
あのね、
Man, Now is the best. Like, I really love Now. I just wish she wasn't our sister. Wait, she's not our sister anymore. We found that out. Never mind. I tell her what happened, one thing at a time.
そっか、大変だったね。そうかな。うん、そうかも。超大変だった。咲夜さん、何事もないといいね。うん、大丈夫だよ。
I say this more as a prayer than with any real conviction. Having said this, we keep on sitting silently for a while. Miss Itsuki and the servant have been in the room for quite a while now. Just as I'm thinking this, the door of the room opens up. Miss Itsuki and the servant come into the hallway.
抜け子。うん。昨夜目覚ました。あんた呼んでる。話がしたいって。え？二人きりにしてくれってさ。どうぞ。二人。お姉ちゃん。うん、わかった。
I nod and stand up. I move towards the door, as if changing shifts with Miss Itsuki. Just as I pass her,
あいつさ。
Miss Itsuki speaks to me with a trace of amusement in her voice.
一言も謝らなかったよ。私からあんたに出戻ったこと。
Oh, so that's for real now.
それどころか、これからもアスカともどもよろしく。だってさ、ひどい女だよな。知ってたけど。
Miss Itsuki is speaking with a smile on her face.
ま、戻れって言ったの、私だし。姫のこと、頼んだ。
Seriously, you have no one to blame but yourself. I nod, open the door, and enter the room.
アスカ。
Sakuya calls my name right as I come in.
サクヤ、ごめんなさい。まだ起きられないの。そばに来てもらえる？うん。気分はどう？悪くないわ。いつきに言いたい放題言ったからかしらね。ひどい女だって言ってたよ。
I don't know if I would say that to her,
否定
Asuka.
しないわ。お互い様だと言っておいて。わかった。聞いたのね。私の体のこと。
It looks like Sakuya can tell from my face exactly what I know. I can't help but nod.
そう。隠していてごめんなさい。本当ひどい女ね、私。でも綺麗だよ。フォローになっていないわ、それ。ねえ、アスカ。私の部屋で何か見つかった？
I find myself lost for words at Sakuya's sudden inquiry. She's seen right through
見
me.
つかったのね。日記のページが。
I won't be able to fool her.
うん。ベッドの下に丸まって落ちてた。
Oh, was that code or something? So Kyoko wouldn't know that you wanted Asuka to find the diary pages? Maybe? Oh, never mind. Wrong. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. She's talking about the night I went to Sakuya's room when I'd met Kyoko on my way
見
out.
せて。それは見せたくないの？アスカはもう読んでいるということ？
Yes, but why do you want to read them, Sakuya? Unless you already know what they say. Or you're just really curious. I can't bring myself to answer. I don't want to answer.
なら当ててみせましょうか。何が書かれていたか。
Instantly and instinctively, I have a bad feeling about this. Let me guess. As Sakuya said this, she smiled. Her smile was so charming, it seemed almost like the smile of a goddess. So gentle, warm, fleeting, and beautiful. Yes, so beautiful that it almost didn't seem to be of this world.
まるで星の光。本当は亡くなったのは
What?
この体は京子のもの。
What? Her voice sounds pure and soft.
母はそう書いているはずよ。知ってたの？
I reminded myself of what was written in her mother's diary. After the fire at the facility, she adopted one of the young girls. The name of this girl was Kyoko. Right after the fire, she had received organ transplants from her twin sister. After that, Sakuya's consciousness awoke inside Kyoko's body. On Kyoko's request, Sakuya's mother changed the girl's, her daughter's name to Sakuya.
確信を持ったのはついさっきよ。さっき？京子はね、私のことが大好きなの。大切にして、いつだって守ろうとしてくれていたわ。アスカと同じで。京子が。もし私が本当に私なら、京子が私を傷つけようなんて思うはずがない。嘘。でもそれだけで。それだけで十分なの。私たちには。きっと京子がアスカを私に近づけまいとしていたのは、私に真実を知らせないためでもあったのだと思うわ。
I'm a little confused. Oh, this is complicated.
嫉妬もあったでしょうけれど。
Her voice is filled with affection. Hearing Sakuya talk about Kyoko, I can clearly feel the trust and love she has for her. Though she was the one who put her in this dangerous situation.
季節の火に包まれた夜。
Sakuya speaks quietly, and her eyes seem to be focused somewhere far off in the distance. The expression she always wears when she's talking about something really
京
important.
子はね、私を守ろうとしてくれたの。でも、そのために施設の職員を何人も殺めてしまって。それを目の当たりにした私は、ショックで力を暴走させた。それが周囲の危機を狂わせ、出火し、施設を消失させた。
Oh, I'm still not sure I understand what's going on. I really want to understand what Saki is saying, but my mind can't keep up. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Asuka. She's not making a lot of sense. Sakuya's powers going out of control, setting the facility on fire?
ねえ、アスカ。私は死ぬわ。
Well, in the end, we're all gonna die, Sakuya. Can you elaborate a little what you mean?
いいえ、もう死んでいるのだから、その言い方は変ね。消えると言った方がいいかしら。 気づいてしまったのだから、それが自然なことよ。願いが叶わなくなるのは残念だけど。そうだよ、看護師になるって。それもあるけれど、その夢はアスカに託すからいいわ。そうじゃなくて。
Sakuya pauses in a bit of a strange spot.
あなたのお嫁さんになりたかった。
Well, that's just so damn sweet. Her words take me totally off guard. This wish of hers takes me by so much surprise. I couldn't have even imagined it in the slightest. But her words are reaching deeply into my heart. This wish of hers is so like Sakuya, so adorable. Oh. Tears come rushing forth, almost like an explosion.
それが私が生まれて初めて持った一番最初の夢だったから。
Surprise, happiness, and sadness. So many different feelings are flowing through my
それ
being.
が私の星だったわ。
I think of the starry sky, the spacious, starry sky above our heads as we kissed when we were little, that one night from a distant past. I remember the countless stars in the sky.
星空に手を伸ばしているんだ。あてもなく昨夜も伸ばしていたんだ、手を。ね、アスカ。キスしてもらえる？お願い。
Her voice sounds very solemn, almost as if she's begging
なん
me.
でそんな風に言うの？するよ、キスくらい。何度でも、いつでも。いいえ、最後のキスよ。なんでそんな風に言うの？
There's a cool expression on Sakuya's face, as if she's totally fine with the idea of dying, of disappearing. It's me, only me, whose mind and emotions are in a whirl of chaos.
そんな風に言えるの？アスカ。
I embrace the happiness and sadness both at the same time. Our lips meet in a kiss, and then
サクヤ、唇震えてる。
they're shaking so faintly that I wouldn't have realized it without touching them. I withdraw my face.
アスカ。
Sakuya calls my name as she puts her index finger to my lips to stop me from speaking.
最後にもう一つだけお願い。何でも聞くよ、サクヤのお願いなら。京子のことよろしく頼むわ。京子。
Is that how this works? That's really fucked up if that's how this works.
京子を説得して腎臓の再移植を受けさせてほしいの。今は拒んでいるようだから。
Her kidney, Sakuya's kidney.
再移植でもどうやって？もちろん愛で。愛？いや、無理だよ無理。私だってそうだし、私京子に嫌われてるし。何を言っているの？しょっちゅう私に見とれていたくせに。 この顔は京子のものよ。そう考えると、そもそもアスカが好きなのは。
We're not that shallow, are we? I mean, I know Asuka tends to really fixate on Sakuya's beauty, but come on. You can't just ask us to, like, pretend we're in love with your sister.
そこ突っ込むのはやめて。私が好きなのは咲夜だもん。ありがとう。
Sakuya
京子
smiles.
なら大丈夫よ。わかるの。一つの命を分け合った双子の姉妹だもの。いや。
Sakuya suddenly closes her eyes, just as if she's falling asleep.
咲夜寝たの？
I reach out to touch Sakuya's face. What?
かぶり？
She just bit on my finger. I feel a sharp pain in my finger, and I'm completely confused.
じゃない。京子。
What the hell is going on?
触らないでもらえる？私と咲夜の体に。
Hi, Kyoko. Oh, pleasant seeing you here.
京子。出て行って。聞こえていたわ。私は再移植なんて受けない。私は咲夜と一緒に行くの。
Well, good. I don't want to get you a new kidney anyways.
あ、ちょっと待って。出て行って。
She throws a pillow at me at the same time as she yells this, hitting me right in the face.
あなたのせいで咲夜は。
The next thing flying towards me is a cup.
危ない。裏切り者、人殺し、出て行って。
Ooh, murderer. That's a new one. Many things are being thrown at me, one after another. I rush out of the door and close the door behind me.
危なかった。何やってんだあんた。お姉ちゃん、どうしたの？
Well, you wouldn't believe me even if I told you. Actually, you probably would, because we all somehow accepted the fact that Kyoko and Sakuya inhabit the same body.
いや、物がビュンビュン飛んできてね。説得どころじゃないっていうか。腎臓の再移植手術拒んでるんだって。咲夜じゃなくて京子が。なんていうか。
I'm thinking to myself how it would be difficult to explain even if I started at the beginning.
いや、わかってる。その辺は。そうなんだ。知ったのはつい最近。咲夜が入院してからだけどね。京子から連絡あってさ、今からでも遅くない。大幸あすかの排除に協力しろって。断ったら私まで裏切り者扱いだよ。断ったんだ。もう咲夜は選んでたからな。だったら私はそれを尊重する。姫に仕える忠実なしもべとしてさ。
Though Itsuki is saying this jokingly, it must not have been easy for her.
なおはここに来る途中、いつきさんから聞いて。多分こういう話になるだろうって思ったから、一人だけ分かってないやつがいても面倒だろ。今さら内緒にしとく話でもないし。そっか。で、今はその辺はどうでもいいか。それで京子が再移植を嫌がってて。 クヤに説得してくれって頼まれて。そうすると自分は消えるっていうのに。まあ。
There's admiration as well as shock in Misitsuki's voice.
それでこそ私が惚れた姫だけど。
Misitsuki laughs as she says this, and I don't feel any regret from her. But I guess behind that front, there must be quite some pain, suffering, and resignation. I know this in my mind, but still.
きそうだね、いつきさんは。すごいな。
What's this feeling? I can't explain it. I can sense a feeling welling up inside my being which I can't explain, and I can't stop it. I'm feeling a sense of hostility and anger towards Misitsuki welling up.
ああ、すごいってなんだよ。
Oh no.
再移植受けたら咲夜はいなくなっちゃう。死んじゃうんだよ。なのにさ、いつきさんは平気なんだね。それでこそ私が惚れた姫なんてのろけみたいなこと言えちゃうんだ。クールだね。かっこいいよね。そりゃモテるよね。待って待って、お姉ちゃん言ってること変だよ。おい、抜けこ。いつきさんも待って、ちょっと待って。
Now stops Misitsuki, who was coming at me, probably fuming and intending to punch me in the face or something like that. And then now looks at me. She looks at me with blame in her eyes, an expression which is very rare for her towards me.
落ち着いてよ、お姉ちゃん。今のはお姉ちゃんが悪いよ。
Listen, we're all a little stressed right now. Let's sleep on it and reconvene in the morning.
だって妹に感謝しろよ。ボコボコにしてるとこだぞ、今の。
There's an exasperated look on Misitsuki's face as she says this.
お前は何者だよ、大幸あすか。
I don't know, that's been the question of this whole goddamn game is who the fuck are we?
いろいろあるんだろうけどさ、お前は今看護学生。卵とはいえ、医療に携わる側の人間だろうが、よく考えろ。
Well, Itsuki has a point. There is that whole nursing thing and that whole respecting your patient's last wishes and well,
どちらにしろ、昨夜は助からない。だったら最善を尽くすなら、再移植を受けさせて、京子だけは助けるしかない。
Misitsuki has never looked at me with such serious eyes before.
そう、昨夜にも頼まれたんだろうが。 昨夜に頼まれた。
I want you to look after Kyoko.
最後のお願い。
My eyes start overflowing with tears.
何にしろ、私に手伝えることはない。今言ったけど、京子には私も裏切り者扱いされてるから。なおも多分役に立てないと思う。お姉ちゃんでなきゃ。
They can scold me, but not help me? Huh. Though they're smarter than me, I'm kind of disappointed.
お姉ちゃん、咲夜さんがこっそり同意書にサインするのはダメなの？それはしたくないんじゃないかな、咲夜が。
Kyoko is very dear to Sakuya. Their body, their life. She feels they rightfully belong to Kyoko. I think she doesn't want to force Kyoko into anything just because of her own circumstances. That's why she said what she said. That's why she's counting on me.
でもハードル高すぎだよ、咲夜。ま、京子はあんたのこと果てしなく嫌ってっかんね。人事みたいに。で、あんたはどう背にしてぼーっとしてるだけ？何 の解決にもならないぜ。ともかく。
It's true that standing here isn't going to change anything. I have to do something.
よし、中に戻る。
I don't have any strategy in mind. I'm just going in on guts alone.
頑張って。しっかりやりな。
I nod at their support. I turn around, open the door, and rush forward into the room once more.
入ってくるなと言ったでしょ。うわあ、なんか変な機械飛んできた。
Yeah, I probably would have waited before and like come up with a real strategy before just bursting in again. I have to escape.
何やってんのか。
What? You try going in there, Itsuki. She'll probably throw something at you, you traitor.
いや、ちょっと。
Itsuki regards me with a mix of shock and irritation, and I have nothing to say in my defense.
京子は私を嫌ってる。当然か。昔約束守れなかったし。
But Sakuya is counting on me.
最後のお願いって。だったら。叶えたい。全力で。
And besides,
そう。なんか腹立ってきた。お姉ちゃん？京子だって咲夜のこと大事なはずなのに、なんで咲夜のお願い聞こうとしないんだろう。わからずや。
yes, I'm officially angry.
だったら。
I brace myself once more.
もう一回言ってくる。こうなったらちょっとくらい怪我してもいいや。
That's the spirit, Asuka.
そうか。頼んだぜ。
Miss Itsuki's voice sounds a bit different than usual. It's almost as if she believes in me. It could be my imagination. It's okay even if it is. Once again, I rush into the hospital room. I rush into the room with my eyes closed. I rush forward without fear of things being thrown at me, without fear even of being knocked down. But I hear Kyoko crying, and nothing's flying in my direction. I carefully open my eyes. Kyoko's voice is filled with sorrow. Hearing Kyoko's emotional voice, my determination is completely blown away. In a single instant, almost shamefully easily. Because it's just... because I understand so deeply where Kyoko is coming from. Because I've had the same feeling as her. I understand how she feels. I understand it so much. So I'm lost for words as to what to say to her anymore. Putting myself in her shoes, I have no idea what I could say to her. That's so unfair. But if I complained about that to Sakuya, she'd probably just say, She would. She totally would. I even feel like she'd say that with a completely cool expression. Why did I fall in love with such a person? So intense, so scary, so intent on getting things her way. Well, that's one way to solve the problem. I almost don't even realize myself that I'm saying this. Kyoko looks at me with tear-filled eyes. I mean, to be fair, that was Sakuya's wish. The expression on Kyoko's face is a mix of surprise, disturbance, and antipathy? I don't think I've ever pronounced that word before. Anyways. I keep silent and wait for her reply. I'm also sad that Sakuya is going to disappear. I also feel that a world without Sakuya will lose its meaning. I want to be with her forever. I don't want to go on without her. Even so, we were separated for such a long time, and then we got to meet again, I wasn't even aware of it. And now, just when we've been reunited in the truest sense, tears are rolling down my cheeks. Kyoko is silent, and I can't even guess what she's thinking. I drop my gaze to the floor. My vision is blurred by my tears. Everything I look at looks distorted. Her voice sounds soft and gentle. And then that's quite an image. I feel like Asuka would tip over if she tried to carry Sakuya. Sakuya is like significantly taller than her, right? Carrying Saki in my arms like the princess she is, I open the door to the school's rooftop and step outside. Also, getting married on the school's rooftop, I don't know if that would be my choice. The sky looks almost crystal blue, and there's a pleasant, refreshing wind blowing across the rooftop. I step forward to the center of the rooftop. Sakuya was the one who said this rooftop would be nice if we were going to have a ceremony. I mutter this to myself in an earnest tone. We're dressed like this, after all, and I couldn't ask anyone for any help. If I had asked, they would have definitely opposed the idea. Or maybe now or Miss Itsuki might have not actually opposed it, but still. I couldn't possibly talk about it. Wait, then who's officiating? I thought for sure at least now and Itsuki would be in on this. This is my secret wedding ceremony with Sakuya. I'm pretty proud of myself. I remember the lines of the marriage vows, which I stayed up all night memorizing. That was a close one. I thought I'd already forgotten.
り添い微笑みを絶やさず永遠の愛を持って支え合うことを誓いますか？
The sun is the only presence bearing witness to us, but that's enough.
誓います。
I declare my love openly and honestly.
でもやっぱり照れるね、こういうの。
I laugh a little. And
何
next,
時武田咲也。健やかなる時もやめる時も止める時も貧しき時も常に伴侶に寄り添い微笑みを絶やさず永遠の愛を持って支え合うことを誓いますか？
my heart is beating fast, and I wait for just a moment. But Sakuya doesn't
な
answer.
くたって平気。答えは分かってるもん。
This just got a little weird. I think I just got a bit of a shiver. What's really going on? Sakuya's eyes are closed as if she's sleeping. I look at her in her
綺麗
dress.
だよ、咲也。
Wait, what? That must be a typo, this Itsuki, right? She really does.
でも
I look up at the blue sky.
さすがに指輪用意できなかったし立ち会いの人いないし誓いの文句済ませたらもうやることないな。
I look at Sakuya.
咲也と一緒ならそれだけでいいんだけどね。
Asuka, what's really happening right now? Because I don't know what's going on. I'm a little freaked out. There's nothing else I could wish
それ
for.
にしても驚いたな。咲也は気づいてた？なおちゃんといつきさんがいつの間にかいい感じになってたこと。
Maybe something's going on there. I've been so focused on Sakuya that I haven't been paying attention to the two of them. Though they probably wouldn't admit it yet themselves. I get the feeling that soon they'll probably start dating each other for real, though. Call it a woman's intuition.
そうだ、思い出した。
I'm suddenly reminded of
誓
something.
いの文句の後はキスだよね。キス。
Saying this, I cover Sakuya's lips with mine. I kiss her. Even in the sunlight, Sakuya's lips feel nice and cool. I feel happy. I laugh bashfully. I stare at Sakuya's face from the side. I stare at her intently. The face of the girl I love so
ずっ
much.
とずっと一緒にいてね、咲也。離さないからね。
What is happening? We were separated for more than 10 years. All this time, the distance between us was so far. But right now, she's so close by. I feel Sakuya so close to me.
ずっと一緒にいよう。
But what do you mean by forever? I feel as if someone just asked me this. I wonder, maybe it could have been the voice of God. If that's so. Openly and without hesitation, I thrust my chest forward and reply boldly to the sky
永
above.
遠の愛を誓ったんだから決まってるよ。この命尽きるまで。
No, that won't be enough.
この命尽きても。
We won't be separated. Never until the end of time. I think I just got the bad end. Stay tuned.